Well, great. I think we are ready to start. Whoever just joined, welcome. This is Federica, part of the WeUni team, and I will be your host for today. Today, we are connected with Humanitas University to talk about medicine and how to study medicine at Humanitas universities. And Romina, I'm going to leave you the floor. She's going to start by giving us an introduction overview of universities and programs, and then we're going to hear testimonials from students. Romina, I leave you the floor and I look forward to receiving questions from the students.
Thank you, Federica. So welcome everybody. As Federica has just said, I'm Romina and I work in the marketing and recruiting office here at Humanitas University. I'm really happy to be here today because it's always a pleasure for me share information about our university, let you discover something more about it. Just to say hello to Andrea and Carlo, and thank you for being here with me today. I stop here because you will get to know them better later. And let's start. So I share my screen so you can see our presentation. Okay, just tell me if you see it.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. So we are Humanitas University. As you can see here in the picture, we are an international medical school based in Milan, in Italy, so the northern part of the country. I always start my presentation with these pictures because for me, it's so important to give you also a visual idea of how our campus is. There are three main buildings. There is the building dedicated to didactic, which is building A, this building here. Then we have building B dedicated to services. So there you can find a canteen, a library, a study hall, and any type of services. And then in front of building B, we have this building here, which is building C, which is composed by our research labs. So as you can see here in the picture, we are a campus university. And also for this reason, we are not in the city center of Milan, but we are around, I would say, 15 kilometers far from the Duomo, which is the most important church in Milan. So even the picture gives you the philosophy of Humanitas group, let's say, and which is based on three main pillars. Clinical activity represented by the hospital, then we have the education represented by the university, of course, and the research represented by our research labs. What's important for us? Everything is built on the strict cooperation between these three different realities. And even if they are different, let's say, fields, they constantly cooperate together. So another thing that is important to say is that we are in Milan, which is a city in Lombardy, and the healthcare system in Lombardy is considered one of the most important, and it is usually recognized as a model for many countries in Europe. Due to the strong link with Humanitas Research Hospital, our educational offer, let's say, consists only of degree courses dedicated to life sciences. In particular, we have these two international courses, which are held in English language. The red one is medicine and surgery, let's say the traditional medical pathway, which welcomes every year a total of 200 students. And then we have the blue one, which is MedTech School, which combines medicine with biomedical engineering. And we have a total of 100 places available every year. Just to have a look, for medicine and surgery, you will award the title as a master's degree in medicine and surgery with the license to practice in Italy. Some features of the course. One important thing is the teaching method that we use here at Humanitas, which is based on integrated modules. What does it mean? Every lecture and exam is interconnected one to another. Then other important thing is that you will start your clinical training from the third year onwards, where at Humanitas Hospital. Then we offer some specific tracks for motivated students, for example, in both research and specific departments, which are called the Virgilio Program for the research and honors track for some specific departments. And then you can also exploit our simulation center with some practical activities there, starting from the 5th year. Then just a quick guess. So in 2019, we noticed that in the healthcare system, there was a specific need because there was the need to merge medical and engineering education. Why? Because there was the need to master the technological advancement. For this reason, there was the idea to merge tradition and innovation, and this is how the MedTech school was born. Some characteristics, so it is a unique program in Europe that we offer in partnership with the Politecnico of Milan. It's a double degree course, so it means that after the 6 years, you will award 2 titles, actually. The first one is a master degree in medicine with a license to practice in Italy. And the second one is a bachelor's degree in biomedical engineering. They are 2 valid titles, actually. The first one will be released by us, so Humanitas University, and then the bachelor's degree will be released by the Politecnico, so you will have 2 separate parchments. And you will start, in this case, your clinical training from the 4th year, and you will have also the chance to have master classes with biotech companies, for example. Then let's see. Okay, so some example of employability for our MedTech graduate students. So you can choose to follow your medical pathway by applying for specialty schools, or you can, for example, go in depth with the engineering part by working as a biomedical engineer in some pharma or biotech companies. Or, for example, if you are interested in research, you can apply also for a PhD program. Then, I mentioned before our simulation center, which is one of the largest in Europe, and it is composed by different high-fidelity rooms where we can simulate clinical cases and scenarios as if our students were in operating rooms in the hospital. So as you can see here in the first picture. Then we have another space called the Cube, which is a space dedicated to our residents. And we have our anatomy lab, where only experts can practice because they use real bodies and they use them to improve some surgical procedures. Well, let's talk about deadlines and application. So, starting from this year, you will have a unique test valid for both our international courses. The test is open to students in their last year of high school, but also to students in their second to last year. So they can apply. You will have 2 chances to take the test. The first round is on the 5th and on the 6th of March, and you have time to apply till February the 26th. And then there's also a second round on the 18th and 20th of March, and In this case, you can apply by March 12th. So the test will be a unique one. It is an online test, so you don't have to travel to Italy to take it. You just need your laptop and your mobile phone or your tablet, so cameras will be on, so everything will be checked. And it is composed by 60 multiple choice questions divided into 3 different sections. The first one is about, let's say, logics, so with questions about scientific thinking and academic literacy. Then you have a section dedicated to biology and chemistry, and the last one will be focused on maths and physics. You can apply for both courses, actually, so during the registration process, you can decide whether to apply only for medicine or only for medtech or for both. What changes is how correct and incorrect answers are weighted. For example, if you apply for medicine, the first section will be more important than the others. Otherwise, if you apply for medtech, the maths and physics section will weight more than the others. If you apply for both, actually, you will have 2 different scores, one valid for medtech and the other for medicine. As you can see here in the slide, the call for application is available on our website. So there you can find, for example, specific topics that you had to study in order to get prepared, and all deadlines and information that you may have to know for the application. Then how is the application process actually? You will take the test, you will achieve a score or 2 actually, because if you take it in the 2 sessions, you can choose your best score for the final ranking list. Then we will collect all scores of our candidates and organize them from the highest one to the lowest one. And according to your position, you can be admitted or not. Then just have a look on the student experience. So we have different services, as I was saying before. There's a library, there's a canteen. We have also a student house, which is inside the campus. You can choose different type of rooms if you're interested in living there. We also have a language labs, which, for example, provides Italian language courses for international students for free. Then we have a counseling support and also a dedicated office for students with special education needs. We offer some international projects as the Erasmus Plus and travel grants, and some extra activities, as I was saying before, honors track and the Vigilio program. Then what about life? Let's say that our students never get bored, because we have more than 20 different student societies, and they are, let's say, divided into different areas of interests. The first is, for example, societies based on scientific interests, like the Ortho Society, Onco Society, and so on. Then we have based on same nationality as the Indian Society, which is, I think, the biggest one. Then we have the Greek Society, the Turkish one. And then we have also some sports teams. As if you play, for example, volleyball, you can join our team. From this year, we have also paddle and rugby. So you will have a lot of things to do, actually. Let's talk about fees. For non-EU students, they are fixed at 23,000 euros per year. We also offer some partial scholarships, and they cover till the 80% of the fee. They are merit-based. So let's say that first 10 candidates in the final ranking list are eligible to apply the scholarship for the scholarship. And once you get the scholarship, if you are on track with your exams and you have, let's say, good grades, you can keep it till your last year of study. As per EU students, fees vary depending on the family income. We calculate this ISEP index, and they vary from a minimum of 10,000 euros per year to a maximum of 23,000 euros per year. Even for EU students, we have different scholarships available, and they are merit-based as for the non-EU ones. Here are a contact. So if you have questions, just write down here now in the chat, and we will answer you now. Or you can write us an email here at recruiting@unimed.eu. So let's see. My presentation is done. So I stop sharing my screen. And now it's, let's say, I will leave the stage to Carlo and Andrea, but we prepare together, let's say, like a double interview. So we have some questions, they will reply, and then we will have time for our Q&A session. So guys, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Okay, let's start. So name, course, and year.
I will start.
Go.
I'm Carlo, fifth year MedTech student.
I'm Andrea, Medicine and Surgery, second year.
Why did you choose this course? Describe it in one word.
I would go with hybrid.
Yeah, makes sense.
I chose it because I wanted to combine science and human impact, so I would probably define it as empathy.
Oh, wow. What's your typical study routine during exam season?
So exam season is actually very hard everywhere. I mean, you need to prepare all your exams. So my routine is wake up, study, and go to sleep. So this is the whole
That's it.
all the
Only
plan.
only
No, of
three
course,
steps.
we have a time also to practice our hobbies, but during the exam session, the timetables are pretty strict. So you need to study a lot because medicine is very, very important. And later we'll also speak about the engineering part, yeah, at least in medtech, that needs yes, time, but also some more reasoning behind it. So it
Sure.
depends on the semester, I will say.
For me, it's always Humanitas exam, so I don't have the medtech part. And I would say that I wake up also like Carlo and study, and then it's pretty much just studying until my brain is fried. And then I rest a little bit, and then again study, and then sleep.
Okay, so coffee or energy drinks to survive study sessions?
I prefer coffee, honestly. So I will say coffee.
Yep, same. Coffee.
Best study snack?
Okay, so maybe something with protein content, but also sugars. I will add also one thing to all the people that are writing questions that we will answer everything about them at the end. So all the answers will be given at the end. No worries. We are reading all the questions, but we will do a recap at the end. So I will say, yeah, high protein and high sugars to have the brain
Like,
working properly.
give me an example. Like, I don't know, M&Ms.
Oh, I will say I will put the sugar in the coffee. Let's say it this way.
And
Okay?
that's it.
Yeah.
That's why you're healthy.
I would say ice cream. I don't know. There's one that I really like. It's tiramisu ice cream. It's really, really great when you need some snack to keep going.
Sure. How many hours of sleep do you actually get during exam period?
So as you will study neurology in the course of neurology that you will attend in the fifth year of medicine and also medtech, sleep is very, very important because you can study all the hours you want, but if you don't sleep, your memories or what you have studied doesn't really become concrete, doesn't really become solid memory. So sleep is important. I will say at least 7-8 hours.
Yes, I haven't taken the course, but I know about the the effects of not sleeping. So even if I haven't like finished what I, let's say, established for studying for the day, I would definitely sleep and then just continue the following day. So around 7 hours at least.
7 hours is enough. Okay, library or home study? Where do you focus best?
I prefer home study, but when the concentration becomes lower, library is very, very useful because you have plenty of students around you focused on their work, so you will do your work straight away.
I would pretty much study anywhere except the library. I hate how quiet it is. So if I need like a study buddy or something, I would invite them home, but I would specifically invite the friends that I know that are really focused and not the ones that are going to try to talk all the study session.
And what about lunch break? Mensa, homemade or skip it entirely?
So never skip lunch, sorry, never skip it. Mensa is pretty good here. The price is also good. We pay €4.50 for one full meal with first, second courses, dessert or fruit, and of course water. And I like it, but we have also other options. We can eat at the bar where they prepare great salads and sandwiches for a quick lunch. Or also we have another facility. This is the bistro. It's called bistro, and is another kind of bar where you can have different meals like pizza, pinza, or hamburger. Yeah. These are pretty good. So these are all the alternatives, all for fixed price of €4.50.
Yes, I agree. If I didn't have time to make my own food, which I try to, Mensa is great. Even the staff is really lovely.
Perfect. The most difficult exam so far?
Third year, first semester, biomedical engineering with electronics and instrumentations. Biomedical instrumentation. This was I found it difficult, honestly. It's an engineering exam, but difficult.
Tough.
It sounds tough.
Yeah.
I would say definitely first year body architecture because it's taught by our program director. So you don't want to let her down.
The night before an exam, panic or chill?
So the first years, first, second, third year, honestly, it was
Panic.
kind of panic, yeah, because you studied a lot. Exams are literally performances, nothing more. You try to prepare yourself as much as possible, but it's a performance. So maybe you don't remember a specific thing, you don't feel well, many variables. So the first years kind of panic, but when you get older or you know yourself, you know how to manage exams, you have done tons of exams. Right now, I can say that it's kind of chill. I enjoy the night before the exams.
The night before.
Yeah.
I'm still in the panicking years.
Because you are still in your first years. So maybe.
Exactly. But I'm hopeful. Thank you, Carlo.
Who uses more maths and physics? I think I know the answer to this question.
Yeah, in medtech we do more math and physics, but also more, especially the first 3 years, because we have the first semester engineering exam and the second semester medicine. So we alternate engineering and medicine for the first 3 years. We also alternate actually the university because we attend lectures at Politecnico, that is the engineering university, for the first semester, the winter one, while the spring it's at Humanitas for medicine. So we do plenty of engineering that starts from physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So the first year and goes through automation and mechatronics, basic of circuit theory, electronics, biomaterials, biocompatibility, thermodynamics, machine learning. So there are several degrees of technology exams and engineering exams. So unfortunately, I think I use more math and physics.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna agree. I can't even pronounce all those subjects again.
And which course is tougher?
So this is a different question from the previous one because previously you asked about exam. So actually, I think that the tougher course was a second year, second semester course that is called PUB, that means Physiology, Anatomy 2, and Biochemistry 2. This is one of the tougher course because it's huge. Huge course is 25 CFU that are the credits that you are awarded with these exams. And it means that we were actually attending lectures 8 hours a day for 3 months, I think. So physiology exam.
Yes, I think that's what for me would be BAO, which I'm taking this session now. And it's a lovely course. The only reason why it's scary is because it's a lot, but it's actually amazing. It's when we start learning, actually, I guess, like doctors more into the applied sciences, let's say.
And what's your go-to stress relief activity?
Study. Or study or take a walk, because walking in nature is allows your brain to work a lot. So after studying, when I'm too tired, I will.
That's actually a wonderful answer, Carlo, because yesterday it happened to me that I was very stressed, but when I finished what I had to finish studying for the day, it was amazing. Anxiety was gone. I was ready to take a walk. So yeah, definitely study a stress relief. And if I can't study, just having a walk, going even to work out.
Perfect. And do you have time for hobbies, sports, or social life?
Maybe in the first year, not so much, at least based on my experience. I didn't have much time because I wasn't yet able to manage properly all my time. So I found myself studying almost every day and all in the free time. But later on, I found how my, I had to actually schedule or my time and timetable. So I think that it's proper to answer that I have time for my hobbies, sport, and social life. Yes, of course.
I would say the same. First year is probably the hardest. That's, let's say, a milestone that you have to overcome in order to understand how you're going to structure the rest of your life. But you should never put it aside. So yeah, you should have time for your hobbies and everything.
Yeah. What stereotype about your course is completely wrong?
That it's maybe some people think, some people not really aware about the content of medtech school, think that this is not a medicine course. We will be at the end of the 6 year medical doctors.
Sure.
Just to start answering to some questions I've read previously, we will able to practice in Italy, but also in many nations for sure, all European nations, but also extra EU. Of course, if
Yeah.
you want to go work maybe in USA, you need to attend the USMLE exam or based on all other nations requirement. So I would say that the stereotype is this one. So the main degree is medicine and surgery. We will be a medical doctor, but we'll also have some knowledge about technology and engineering. That is an additional thing. It's a bachelor degree in biomedical engineering, so it's an additional thing.
I would usually go with people thinking that we don't have a life other than medical school. Yes, it's easier if you surround yourself with friends from medical school and like all the activities that are related to, but no, I mean, you should, like I said, have a social life and everything you want.
And have you ever thought, no, that's not for me?
Yes, because during your career, regardless if you will attend Humanitas or other university everywhere, you will find difficulties, of course, that you will think these are walls that you cannot jump through, but you will understand that you can manage if you want, of course. So determination is the key. I thought that maybe it wasn't for me due to the difficulties I found during the years, but now I'm happy. Tired, but happy.
That's so cute. Yes, I've just started at the Humanitas, but yeah, I've definitely have had to face some challenges that made me doubt myself. But it's my dream, so I just keep going.
And if you had to choose again, would you pick the same course?
Yes, I think yes.
Yes, 100%. Actually, my experience at Humanitas is basically starting from zero. I already graduated in the US, so it's not an easy thing to do to start from zero, but I'll do it absolutely again.
Perfect. So, what's one thing you wish you would known before starting?
Even if I knew it, that I had to study a lot, I think that this would be useful for you guys that are attending this meeting. So you need to study a lot. The amount of study is huge. You need
Aware that you will need to study a lot.
Sorry?
So be aware, be conscious.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
will need to
Because
study.
yeah, the amount is huge. So you need to be aware of it. But if with determination you can do it, of course.
In my case, also basing my answer on Carlos, basically having a strategy is as much as important as the amount of studying that you put. Like I was convinced that I was prepared for an exam because I spent so many hours studying, but it turns out that I was not doing it properly. So it took a while to understand that.
Best memory at Humanitas so far?
I think the experiences I've done during my clerkship called tirocinio abilitante, that are the amount of hours you attend at the hospital in the wards, and all the patients you found maybe the first day, and after 1 month or 2 months, you saw them going home happy with the family. So after, of course, the recovery. So I think all the experiences in the hospital.
For me, it would be the first day of class. I was very, very excited. I even took like pictures of the screen. I didn't talk to anybody because I was also very scared. But I was very excited and sending pictures to my parents back home. It was amazing, like knowing that you made it.
Great. Fun fact.
I found it very funny the first year because around Humanitas there are plenty of there is a lot of grass, literally, because it's in the countryside. Let's say it's not in the center of Milan, and we have rabbits. We have rabbits jumping
That's true.
through the campus, and it's I think it's beautiful because merging all the technological aspect of the infrastructure we have with nature is a perfect synergism.
Yeah, that's true.
When you said grass, I was starting to think, oh, I'm gonna say about the bunnies. Now I don't know what to say. But yeah, I'll just go off based on that. It's pretty cute to see little animals in the campus.
Then, research, clinical practice, or industry? What attracts you most?
Personally, all three of them attracts me a lot because clinical practice, of course, due to the path we choose to help directly help single patients. Research allows to reach more patients because with your work, your publication, your studies, you can standardize treatments, protocols, so you can do a bigger, bigger effect study, but also industry because industry allows to connect research to clinical practice, is the bridge. Without it, you cannot have. So I think all three of them attract me. Yeah.
In my case, I wouldn't base myself fully in research, but I do think it's really needed. I love what Carlos said about like reaching more patients. So I'll keep clinical practice with the possibility of engaging in research. And just as a fact to everyone that's listening, Humanitas has really wonderful professors and doctors who are always willing to open the door for you to even just participate in the research or shadow, which is a really good opportunity to get.
And where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I think maybe in 10 years, hopefully I will already have my specialization completed. I don't know yet what to do. I have some ideas, of course. I don't know if I will be in industry, research, or clinical practice, but I think I will figure it out because during last years at our campus, you have a lot of opportunities to attend a hospital easily with by contacting the professor or the doctors and asking through an email very easily. I attended several times also in the first years, the OR in neurosurgery, for example. They are very available. Yes, but also during the last years, you have some programs like Romina mentioned during the presentation that are Virgilio and Honors Track, where Virgilio goes more on research and Honors Track more on clinical practice. I am part of an honor track in orthopedics and traumatology, and I think that this could be one of the options I will take maybe in the future.
Great.
In my case, I also hope to be already specialized in the field I like is oncology, the one I like the most. So hopefully being an oncologist in a really nice place I like. I don't know if I'll stay in Milan, but I love Milan, so I'm actually happy with the idea of staying around.
Perfect. Sum up your university experience in 3 words.
So in 3 words.
Yes.
So I will go with hard, enjoyable, and satisfactory.
I would say intense, formative, and human or humane.
The last one, what would you say to someone thinking about rolling in your course?
Think about it properly, of course, because it's a long path, but with determination, you can manage it. Be curious is the second thing, because curiosity allows you to face a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
And with this, leaving the word to Andrea, maybe also ask questions. Ask here in the webinar, but also during live. Never stop asking questions because this is the only way to understand how things works.
Sure.
I would add to never let your mental health aside because it's what's going to help you move forward. So even if you're trying, let's say, to study and you're sacrificing hours of sleep or not eating, your body is just not going to respond. So it's always good to prioritize your self-care including mental health care, in your way to pursue any dreams, in this case, hopefully medicine.
Great. Thank you, guys. So, Federica, we finished actually.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Romina, but also Carlos Andrea. It was super interesting for me to hear your two version, and thank you so much. Well, we actually received lots of questions while you were presenting. Going through some of them, but of course, feel free if you spot any that you'd like to answer, feel free. One of the things that Romina, they're asking us is regarding transfer students. So let's say I started my degree in a different country. Is there opportunity then to move to Humanitas University throughout the years?
Actually, yes. We have a call for transfer every summer, I would say. We accept transfer students from the second year to the fourth year. So they will be on our website, a call for transfer, and just apply for it. Then there will be commission who will evaluate each application. Let's say comparing the study path, the exams that the student had already taken, and if everything will be okay, they can join us at Humanitas.
Amazing. Another question is, does the medical degree only allow you to practice in Italy, or is it recognized?
Yes. Let's say the degree, so the title is worldwide recognized, but you can practice only in Italy. If you want to practice, for example, in another country, as Carlo mentioned before, if you want to move, for example, to the US, you have to pass the USMLE exam. And for this reason, we also offer USMLE preparation courses. But yes, actually, you get the license to practice only in the country where you study, where you graduate. But the title is recognized internationally.
Perfect.
Can I add one
Of
small
course,
thing?
absolutely.
Sure.
Yes, just to be clear, because probably these are high school students. The USMLE, you need to take it even if you are a medical student in US. So it's not a disadvantage studying in Italy or in other countries. So everywhere in the world, comprehending USA, need to take the USMLE to practice in the USA. Then if you wanna go to Switzerland, you need to apply for Mebeco and all the others.
Each country has its own exams, let's say.
There are even countries that doesn't have really exams, maybe like I think Spain is not that different system from Italy, and I'm not sure that is
you may have
mandatory exam.
to face some procedures for the recognition. Maybe it won't be an exam, but you may have to, let's say, do some stuff to let your degree recognized. But thank you, Carlo.
Amazing. Speaking of US, there was one of the students that said that has a bachelor in chemistry from the US. Will this allow him or her to apply? Or is there any sort of like background that is needed?
No, it's okay. Actually, one of the most important educational requirements is that you have basically an high school diploma after at least 12 years of education. And that's it.
Another question is, I think this is for medicine and surgery, but whoever asked the question, please correct me if I'm wrong. They're asking how long is the program, and if the application are already open for this year.
Yes, I would speak in plural because both of courses last 6 years, and the application for both of them are already open till let's say the end of February.
Perfect. Another question, I know that Andrea already answered, but they were asking again if the course will be held in English or Italian, and I'm just adding a little bit is important to learn Italian. I don't know. I know Andrea started to type something, so maybe Andrea, if you can help us answer, and then of course Romina, if you want to add on anything.
Sure.
Yeah, I just added that yes, they're in English, even if our professors are mainly Italian. But after the third year for the medicine course, and then after the fourth year, Carlo, correct me if I'm wrong, for the rotations, they happen in Italian because they're in the hospital. But other than that, yes, even exams are in English. Oh, and yeah, I know you asked about like learning Italian if it's important. Yes, definitely. I would say that it's important even just to get by in Italy. Italians overall are really nice, even if you don't like say something correctly, they'll be like so excited that you are even trying. So this is a really good side about learning Italian early on.
Perfect. How does the double diploma work when studying medicine and surgery?
In which sense?
I think I'm not sure if this is something to do with medtech. They think like
Maybe, yes.
the two tracks, like the two different entity. I'm trying to guess. Maybe if we can just say what is different.
Okay, if you want, I can try answering it.
Sure.
So stop, write in the chat if something is not clear, of course, because we are here for you. It's 6 year long. First 3 years. So let's start from the beginning. 6 year long. Each year has 2 semesters. So the first semester goes from September to February, February, while the second from March to July, 2 semesters. Each semester you have courses, and at the end of semester, the final exams. Since it's 6 year long, you will have 12 semesters, of course. Regarding MedTech, that is this hybrid course between medicine and biomedical engineering, you will have in the first 3 years, so the first 6 semesters, you will alternate engineering and medicine. So engineering, medicine, engineering, medicine, engineering, medicine. From the fourth year, you will actually do especially medicine exams with some engineering exam, 1 or 2 each year. You will get at the end of the 6th year a master degree in medicine and surgery, while a bachelor degree in biomedical engineering. The medicine is released from Humanitas University, while the biomedical engineering degree, bachelor, is released by Politecnico di Milano. It is one of the leading institutions in Europe for engineering. You will get 2 different diplomas, 2 papers, let's say this way. Both are fully recognized. So if you have any other question, answer, of course. Ask.
Perfect. Many thanks. Few question regarding scholarships. I know, Romina, we did mention this, but maybe it's worth just to recap what sort of opportunity in terms of like fundings are available for EU and non-EU students.
Well, let's say that Humanitas University every year offers some scholarships. They could be full scholarships or partial ones, and they are merit-based. So let's say candidates within the first positions in the final ranking list will be eligible to apply for a scholarship. So what matters is to well perform the admission test in order to be admitted, but also in order to get a scholarship. And once you get one, if you are on track with your exams and you have good grades, let's say, you can keep the scholarship until your last year of study. There's also a fees and scholarship regulation. So if they have that, they can check the one on our website, which is actually for the current academic year, but I'm sure 100% that the next year will be the same.
Perfect. Question regarding support for visa. So, for example, non-EU students that might need visa and might need to provide, let's say, bank statement or any sort of question. Will there be some sort of support, email they can reach out, service?
Yes, we have an international student office completely dedicated to international students. So they will support you for a visa process, all documents that you will need. So yes, no worries.
Perfect. Acceptance test, a lot of question. This is probably something that worries a lot, and I totally get it. So they're asking if it's similar to the IMAT and if there is anything generally that we can share about the test.
Well, it's not like the IMAT, I will say. The structure is similar to the IMAT, but it is not the IMAT. We call it HUMAT, like Humanitas University admission test. And I have here a list of materials and textbooks that you can use actually to get prepared. So, Federica, if you don't mind, I will.
Absolutely.
I will write them in the chat. So 1 minute, I'll be there. Let's see.
Perfect. Meantime, I could see
Sure.
that Andrea is answering to some question, which is great. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, for whoever is actually wondering in terms of like the test, Romina is just about to share with us some useful link.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. Amazing. Thank you. And in terms of like grade required, is there some sort, so generally like admission requirement, is the grade important? Will it somehow influence then the admission?
No, actually, no. Only the admission test is the, let's say, the main requirement that we have. So it's important to get a good score in order to pass the test and get admitted, and that's it.
Perfect. Some other questions regarding transfer. So in terms of like transferring from one university to another, so what they're asking is it possible to move, for example, from physical therapy to medicine? So let's say something similar, which is not medicine. And there was Sophia that she missed the part about scholarship for transferred students. So if we can actually just repeat on that.
Sure. So, unfortunately, transfer is, let's say, open only to students that are currently in a medicine and surgery course. So, even if you are studying like physical therapy, you won't be accepted because you must attend a medical program, let's say. And yeah, that's it. For scholarship, I would say yes, actually. You may have to present some documents in order to be eligible to get the scholarship, because in this case, you won't have an admission test, but there will be an oral interview. So if you are motivated students, you may have to present, for example, a motivation letter, and then the commission will evaluate it, and if so, you can get the scholarship also.
If I may add about the transfer, because maybe it's something they would like to know. There's a possibility that they could transfer the credit. So yes, they would have to take the let's say, entrance course. But what I did, for example, was just transfer the credits course by course. It is not granted, however, that even if you took the same course, you will be given the credits, especially if you're taking classes with Professor Barajon.
Yes.
But later on, you realize that she's absolutely right. I don't think anyone teaches like body architecture like her. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind, even if you can't transfer.
Perfect. And how to apply for the tests? Okay, Carlo just put the website, university website, which is great. I'm just gonna copy paste. Perfect. So in here we also have the website for application. Question, and probably someone who joined later, and I guess this is for Carlo and Andrea. What do you aspire to be after completing university in the medical field? I know we answered somehow, but maybe if we can just inspire our attendees.
Andrea.
Andrea, you first. Ladies first.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to, and I hope to be a medical oncologist. So hopefully working in a small practice, probably, or a hospital that has a very, let's say, personal approach between the patients and the professionals.
I will go with a medical doctor with some knowledge about technology engineering, allow me to understand how the world is changing with big data, AI. So don't be afraid of all this stuff, but be able to manage it.
That's nice. Thank you so much. Well, if you do have any more questions, whoever is connected, please drop them into chat Q&A. And oh, this is a nice one. Well, nice one. I don't know. Would you recommend a private university over a public one? So I would just turn it into what would be the perks of studying and what opportunity might allow you to study at Humanitas University.
I will leave the stage to
Maybe,
Carlo.
yeah, I was just about to say, because we might be kind of influencing, but
Yeah.
Carlo and Andrea, what's your experience? Of course, it's hard to, I would say, to compare, and our objective here is not to compare, but just to give an overview, what are the perks that you actually experience?
Yeah, I think this is a great question. Thank you. So there are pros and cons, I would say. Among the pros, the possibility to attend an hospital with a one-to-one relation with the medical doctor, with the tutor. And this is very important because you learn from the books, but you learn more from the patients. So when you attend the hospital, you are exposed to the true clinical practice that you cannot find really, or experience it through books or lectures. So this is one of the pros, because in some public university and hospital you are not able to have a personal tutor, but there are plenty of students following one medical doctor, and this becomes a little bit difficult to learn. So this is one of the pros. I think after leaving before leaving the stage to Andrea, that also all the didactic aspects are very preferable here in Humanitas due to the amount of students admitted each year. Since I in my course in the 5th year MedTech, and now we are more or less 50 students. That is a little bigger class than my high school one, and also the environment is pretty similar. So this is another pros, since in public usually there are bigger classes. About the cons that are important to mention, maybe you need to consider the cost of the university and consider all the scholarship programs.
Thank you, Carlo. Andrea?
Thank you.
Yes, so I wouldn't put my hand on fire for private universities as a whole. I'm just gonna give my feedback regarding Humanitas and why I chose it even over public universities, even though Italy has some great universities, of course, both private and public, in English for those who want to study in English. I have had the privilege to see how it works because I have friends that have studied in public universities, and I must say they're shocked by how we support each other at Humanitas. So it's one of the reasons why this big con, of course, of the I don't have a scholarship, so it's something that it's quite heavy for me, but I wouldn't change it for anything because I don't think I can find what I have at Humanitas anywhere else. This thing that they always say is everywhere, like in workplaces, like we're like a family. It's actually true at Humanitas. It's surprisingly like over 200 people like really support each other, and we have like the best tools to help each other out to study, even just for support. So I really think I wouldn't trade Humanitas community for anything.
And that's not something that you give for granted. I mean, it doesn't happen at work, like in private life. So it's actually great to hear. Well, we're coming towards the end of our webinar. I wanted to thank our panelists and all of you for staying connected and for your question. And I know that to some question we also answered via chat. The webinar is recorded, so we're going to share with you the recording of the event, and also we're going to follow up via email with you tomorrow. So in case you have any further question between today, tomorrow, and the following weeks, reach out. I wanted to ask one final question to our panelists. If there is anything else, I know it's hard to summarize an experience, what it means to study medicine at Humanitas, but just wanted to ask if anything else you think is worth to add or any sort of advice to whoever is wondering if this could be something for them. Whoever wants to go first.
I would say only follow your dreams. So even if the pathway seems to be tough, no worries about it. You will manage to just go into it. That's it.
Carlo?
So it's a long path, it's a cool path. You enjoy it, you will enjoy it. Continue asking questions. This is my message every time. And if you have more question about the things that we said today, feel free to reach us through the university. We have the email from the student office that you can find on the website. You can reach us also online, maybe on LinkedIn. By typing our name online, you find us. So if you want any other perk from a student in the university, reach us. We are very glad to answer. And yeah, stay curious.
Great.
I would just say remove the word failure from your mind when it comes to you and your path, pursuing your dreams, because many times we think that people that are successful are people that were just born with it, that magically are great at doing something, and most likely they failed 100 times before getting there. So don't be discouraged if this is you, if you're struggling, if it takes you a little longer than you think it should take you, because as long as you don't give up, you'll get there.
Perfect. So thank you so much. I might just add one more thing. As you can see, they're very much approachable. So make the most out of those events, ask questions, and as Carlos said, reach out, because we totally understand that you might not 100% sure if this is for you, and we know it's a big step in your life. And but at the same time, if you're curious to find out more, even if you just want to be reassured or you have any specific question, reach out to Romina, but also reach out to current students, because they're probably going to help you answer some of the questions. The applications are open. I know that Romina put some deadline, and we're also going to remind you in the following days. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for sharing your experience, Romina, for your presentation, and really hope that this was useful for the students attending, and we look forward to seeing you soon at the next live webinar with Humanitas University. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Good
Thanks.
luck.
Good
Good
luck,
luck.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.